Oh man, so Bitcoin starts off another red day, down 1% today. Phantom down 6%. Many other altcoins getting completely decimated, let's face it here, as we are in this crypto winter or bear market. I'm going to share with you where could we be heading, because we're at a critical level here on the Bitcoin charts. We're also going to look at some of the macro trends and what's going on. We're also going to cover off Luna, because Luna Terra 2.0 has been delayed, so I need to update you on that as well. So make sure you stay tuned till the very end. Hit up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, guys, this video is brought to you by PRIMEXBT. Links in description. They've been kind enough to offer you guys up to a $7,000 bonus when you deposit on there. You don't even need to trade with your deposited amount. You can use the bonus to trade without even touching your deposit. So it's almost a free trade for you guys. So check out the links in the description to take advantage of that. And now, as you can see, crypto has been really painful for a long time now. And as you can see, from the 14th of May, and we're now sitting on the 27th, so it's a good 2 weeks, we've been in this sideways channel, which if you're trading it, and by the way, you can do that, links in description, right? PRIMEXBT, if you've been trading this from the bottom to the top of the range and then seeing the pattern, then you would have made some good returns. But from a long-term investor point of view, for your long-term portfolios, it's been a bit painful, and we're expecting more downside. So this is where your trading does come into play. If you're able to trade some of these ranges, you really can benefit, but you've got to educate yourself. You've got to take your time. Got to manage your risk, and you've got to become experienced before you take crazy allocations. So if you imagine your long-term portfolio, which we've covered a lot in our videos, the long-term portfolio is going to sit there for a while, and we know what to do. Dollar cost average, hold your favorite projects which you want to hold for a winter. But your trades are very different. You can trade on an hourly time frame, on a daily time frame with a swing trade, and you can still profit from this market just to make it a little bit more bearable for you. So at least you got a little bit of profit coming in from your trades. And the way you're going to do that is by trading some of these ranges and patterns. And I'm going to share with you where I think Bitcoin is going to be heading next, because we're entering this critical pattern where we're coming towards the pivot point 2, which, by the way, we mentioned these when we were forming this triangle, right? Pivot point 3, 2, and 1. And as you can see, 1 got broken through, and 2 is the one that's held up pretty well. Now, let's understand what's going on in the markets first. So the stock futures are green today, which is very interesting, because yesterday we got that decoupling, and today we seem to be having that same decouple. We won't know until the markets open fully, and I explained in yesterday's videos the various reasons why crypto is struggling right now. But one, it was good to hear this being said by the experts over at FS Investments as well on CNBC. Inflation expectations have rolled over recently. And for me, this is the key point. This is the point. If Bitcoin is considered as an inflation hedge, and markets are starting to try to have a bit of a relief rally, stocks I'm talking about, because they think the inflation's going to come under control, then that could be one of the reasons why we're seeing the decouple in the other direction, where crypto is struggling, Bitcoin is struggling, because if there's less inflation, then the argument to hold Bitcoin reduces if you're holding it for that purpose. So that's the first thing. The next thing which we want to cover off, which we know is an issue, is the whole SEC saga. We covered this off yesterday, the Luna issue, the troubles around that. We saw Senator Pat Toomey come out and say that Luna could have been some sort of a fraud, right? And now the SEC, Hester Pierce, has come out and said, we've dropped the ball. SEC has dropped the ball on crypto regulation. So this kind of rhetoric is not great. I mean, for you and I, maybe it doesn't matter, but if you're an institution, if you're a hedge fund, all the work that, you know, people like Michael Saylor and various other proponents of crypto has done to get institutions to put some crypto on their balance sheet, when you see things like this, it doesn't make it great at all. Okay, so that's another thing that's weighing in. And then the other final thing which was weighing in on this sentiment is the lack of activity we're seeing. And I shared some really interesting on-chain metrics with you guys in yesterday's video, where we go and look at all the DeFi activity on Ethereum, and you can see the number of active addresses are all down and to the right, which is not great at all. You can see this for all the key Ethereum projects here. You can see Ethereum mean transactions are really coming to low points here, which is, you know, indicative of, if I move me out of the way, you'll be able to see that. Which is indicative of less and less congestion on the network, right? And then same with the Bitcoin transaction fees, right? Really coming down and creating this ghost town almost area here as it starts to decline. So, you know, these are the patterns we're starting to see in crypto, and it's no surprise that fear and greed index is sitting at some crazy lows. We're sitting here at 12. as you can see, and that's, on the maximum chart, which you can see here, is some of the lowest lows we've ever seen, right? And if we go back in time, you can see that the last time we had this kind of a consolidation for a while at super low levels, we've touched it and bounced quickly back off it, but it was dating back to COVID. So that was the last example we had, and then the other example is obviously the 2018 period as well. Now, both of those times historically has led to a nice big bull market following after, but during this period, it's really painful. And this is where we just need to hold our discipline, add to our long-term holds, and also if you want to trade the market, then trade the market. And the next thing I'm seeing here is on Bitcoin, where I think we could be heading is the following. And I want to explain my rationale first. When you create a support level and you bounce off it, that's great. Now, when you go to test that support level and it bounces, good news, it's a good support level. If it tests it again, okay, good. But the more number of times you test that, think of a piece of glass, the more number of times you bounce off of it, the weaker it structurally gets. So you keep testing the bulls, and the bulls keep buying back, and they keep buying back, and they keep buying back. But can you see how it started to become exhausted? I pointed out here, let me just get that back for you. I pointed out here that this was a worrying sign. Why? Because it's a lower high. This high was there. So when the bulls bounced from here, they bounced nicely. Okay, they didn't bounce as well as we wanted because we wanted it to get to 31, but it was a good bounce. This time they bounced, it was a lower high. The bulls didn't have the same strength. The bears are definitely in control in this pattern, which is suggesting we could be breaking to the downside. Okay, so that's what I want to keep an eye on now, is if we lose this level, if we lose this blue line level, which is sitting at 28,671, we could be heading to the bottom of pivot point 3. So if I was trading this, and you guys can trade this on PRIMEXBT, links in description, $7 bonus up to when you deposit within 24 hours. So make sure you click that link and get yourself deposited. You can do this as a free trade. You could be playing yourself down to 26,281. So that's an interesting return there, just to take that movement down there to the downside. So that's what I'm looking out for here on crypto. Doesn't look like a fun market to be in, right? It is what it is at this point. Now, moving on, we've also got a delay from Terra. So we found out from Terra2.0 that there's going to be a slight delay, nothing too major. We're expected to go live today according to the original proposal. So if I head on over to the original proposal, it says network launch on the 27th of May. That is today. Now, they've gone ahead and announced that they're going to launch tomorrow, May the 28th, 6 a.m. UTC. And if we just flick through just to see if there are any headlines to share with everybody here, speaks volumes of our partners ahead of the Genesis. Here are the most important things to know. An overview of events leading up to the launch. We don't care about that. An overview of the events leading up to the launch continued. Nope, I'm trying to find the bit for the airdrops for you. We also wanted to answer some of your most common questions raised by the community around the Luna airdrop. To begin, please check out our airdrop announcement yesterday, so you guys can go and check that if you want any announcements there. When will the airdrop occur? Here it is. The Luna airdrop will occur on the first block of the new Terra chain, expected on or around May the 28th, 2022 at 6 GMT. Okay, so that's 6 GMT. So keep an eye on that, guys. That's the time you're going to expect your first airdrop, if you have any which is being unlocked at Genesis based on when you bought Luna, right? Pre-attack or post-attack. For all the details, you can watch my previous videos, or you can head on over here onto the Terra ecosystem revival plan on agora.terra.money, and you'll be able to see what you're eligible for. I also, in my last Terra video, go watch that. There was a link in that description with a calculator which tells you how much you could be getting for your airdrop. You just plug in a few numbers of what you bought and when you bought it, and it will tell you how much you should be expecting from your airdrop. So definitely take advantage of that. I mentioned in that video, look, I'm not excited about Luna. I'm not excited about Terra 2.0. I can't support it at this stage given what's going on. But at the same time, I'm still holding my bag of Luna from before, right? So I might as well collect the airdrop, leave it there, forget about it, and keep things moving. So that's my view on what's going on with Terra. So there you have it, guys. That's the market. That's the market we're in. It looks like we're getting this bit of a decouple. Let's see how the day plays out when the markets open up. Will the markets be red and crypto be red? If the markets are green and crypto is red still, then we've got this bit of a decoupling. And I think the factors I'm pointing to with the Luna saga, with the idea that inflation may be cooling down, which isn't, theoretically great for crypto, right? If Bitcoin is given this image that it's the inflation hedge and inflation is going down, then surely Bitcoin would fall. fall. So that's the narrative we've got. We've also then got the regulation fears now really pressing over crypto right now, with Luna not helping that at all. And then on top of that, we're seeing the DeFi activity really start to tumble. We're seeing transaction costs tumble because it's becoming a bit of a ghost network, and this is really clear that we're in a bear market. So anybody that's confused, are we in a bear market, are we not? This is a crypto bear market. This is where the pain is. This is where the fear is. And how long we stay here is not known, but historically we've seen this can be 12 months, 18 months, 24 months sometimes. So you've got to be in this for the long run. If you're not, just trade, right? If you want to trade and you have a trader's mentality, be honest to yourself, go to the links in the description and just trade. Have your stop loss, have your take profit, have your premonition for why you're trading, and get in and get out. Don't pretend you're an investor. If you take a loss on your trade, take the loss, learn from your mistakes, exit your position, and restart again, right? Don't say, oh no, I'm going to hold on to that coin now, it's an investment. Big amateur mistake. You do not want to do that. Okay, so keep your investing portfolio separate and have a small portfolio where you're trading, which if you wiped out that account, it's not the end of the world. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. If you want to learn more about trading, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, how to get started, consider joining our course member live streams, ijaz.uk/member. If you're already ready to get started, head on over into the PRIMEXBT link. They're going to give you a bonus of up to $7,000. Get started, get yourself signed up, start playing around with small amounts. You can use the bonus amount, so it costs you nothing to start trading. Just practice. How does it work? What's a stop loss? What's a take profit? How do the chart patterns move? And try to really start doing it. Until you start trading with a little bit of your own money, you're not going to know how it feels, the emotions, how it plays with you, how you try to let your winners not ride and you take profits too early, or you stop out too quickly, or you forget to stop out altogether. All of these things you're going to have to learn in your journey through trading. Guys, don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.